The movie starts in Finland, where a young girl named Alia is running from some people in a forest. It turns out that the people chasing her are actually her family members. She jumps into the lake, but the men manage to save her before she drowns. The scene then shifts to a bank, where a man named Rex is standing in queue, but he's there to see his crush named Maddie. While Rex is talking to her, some criminals attack the bank and kill the bank security guard. The situation is now more serious. Rex notices a gun in a woman's bag, but the woman can't do anything as it puts her life in danger. While everyone is scared, Rex shows weird behavior, acting as he is trying to control his emotions. However, an unexpected thing happens when the woman's bag suddenly falls on Rex's lap. The scene then shifts to a courtroom. The judge accuses Rex for killing all of the robbers at the bank earlier. Though he is regarded as a hero for saving many lives during that incident, he's still sentenced to 8 years in prison. 8 years later, Rex shows up after being released from the prison, staring at a magazine with a picture of his face. According to the magazine, he is still regarded as a hero because of his bravery from 8 years ago. After returning from prison, rather being rejected by the society, Rex is always spotted by the public and followed by reporters. Rex feels uncomfortable, and it's at the point when his evil conscience of himself appears physically. It is seen that his alter ego is more emotional in nature than him. Rex realizes that he can no longer tolerate their presence. Rex jumps up and throws his desk at them. However, in reality, it was all just his imagination, which helps him to release his stress. Although majority sees him as a hero, some people still dislike his heroic efforts and finds him to be a psychopath. Rex then visits his friend and tells him that he is now fed up of his life because he is getting attention by so many people. He then decides to leave the place in which he currently lives and goes to Finland. The reason why Rex chooses Finland is because when he was in prison, he shot a spitball that landed onto Finland. The scene then shifts to a forest where a man is running from some people. The people following the man are the same family seen at the beginning of the movie. This shows that the entire incident took place in Finland, which is going to be Rex's new destination. Then a powerful, horrifying sounding creature pulls the man forcefully. Back to Rex, he has already arrived at the airport, and as usual a guy starts filming him. Rex also observes that a husband and wife are watching him closely. When more people start filming him, he gets irritated and eventually goes to the restroom. However, the couple's husband is already there and staring at him while he is peeing. As he goes back to his seat, the weird couple's wife gives Rex a creepy smile. After arriving in Finland, Rex is waiting for a cab, and a taxi driver is watching him in the distance. The taxi driver cuts through another taxi and stops directly in front of him. When Rex gets in the car, the driver releases anesthetic gas, and he goes unconscious and finally passes out. The scene shifts to a house where a family is seen cooking dinner. Rex has been taken hostage in their home's basement. At this point, Rex has one leg severely hurt and his hands are tied. After realizing this, Rex tries to shout, but someone stops him. It turns out Rex's conscience tells him to keep his mouth shut. He then stands in for Rex, allowing him to express his feelings by yelling at what has happened to him. In reality, Rex's conscience seems to be more smarter than him. After observing the situation, his conscience comes to the conclusion that the odd husband and wife from the airport have kidnapped him. While Rex is crying, his conscience starts thinking of ways to get out of here. However, because of the rope that ties his hands, his conscience has other ideas to ensure his survival. His conscience tells him to act as unconscious in case someone shows up. Moreover, after observing many bicycles near him, the alter ego believes that the people who kidnapped him are from one family. Meanwhile, upstairs, all of the family members have already gone to sleep. However, Olavi, the family's youngest child, is still awake and is curious about their new victim. Rex tries to untie the rope with his teeth because he doesn't have enough time. However, the rope is too thick, so all his efforts go in vain. On the other hand, the child decides to see Rex in the basement. When the boy enters the basement, Rex instantly pretends to be unconscious. Rex finds that the person is only a young boy, so he decides to use the child as an insurance to get out of the situation. He tries to convince Olavi to come close. He then kicks him in the face with his amputated leg, flanking him with both legs. Later on, his sister finds that his younger brother is not in bed, so she goes to the basement to look for him. It turns out that this girl's name is Alia, and that she is the young girl who was trying to run away from some people earlier, which means the same family has kidnapped him. Now, Rex threatens to break the boy's neck if Alia tries to murder him. However, he is too panicked about his own safety and accidentally lets go of Olavi and loses the chance to get out. When Olavi is found unconscious in the the room, the psychotic family takes him to the hospital. The mother thinks that Alia did this to her younger brother, so she slaps her. At this moment, it is understood that Alia is not crazy like her family. The opportunity is increased when Alia smiles and imagines getting married to Rex, which shows that she is attracted to Rex at first sight. Since Alia's family is at the hospital, she rushes downstairs to see Rex and gives first aid to his leg. After that, Alia tells Rex that she likes him. She then starts telling about how her family started kidnapping people and using them as food for her elder brother. Since her first brother was born, he was having a disorder which caused him to crave for human flesh. They got to know about it when he started to bite his father when he was a baby. After that incident, Alia's family started kidnapping people to satisfy his elder brother's hunger, even though Alia disagreed with it. When her brother didn't really like any person's flesh, he used to force the family to replace it with another person. Alia experienced death night after night and tried to escape many times from her family. However, they were always able to find her, and eventually, they locked her in a wooden cage made by her father. After telling the whole story to Rex, Alia starts to feel bad for him. She leaves a knife on the ground and tells Rex to pick it up himself. But as soon as he picks it up and tries to cut the rope, Alia's three brothers unexpectedly show up and decide to kill him. After that, Rex quickly pretends to be unconscious and his plan becomes successful as the brothers leave their intention to kill him. They then see that Rex's leg has already been bandaged and they quickly look for Alia in her room. However, it appears that Alia is hiding in the basement, and all of a sudden, her brother returns and takes her upstairs. They then inject Rex with a substance and he starts to laugh out loud. The scene shifts 8 years back in time and we see how brutal he was when he fought the bank robbers and slaughtered every robber there. It is seen that he was controlled by his conscience at that moment, and despite such cruelty, he became a hero in front of all the people. Finally, when Rex tries to save his crush, the robber gets afraid of him because he doesn't care who is dying. As soon as Maddie is released, Rex shoots the robber out of self-ego, causing the weapon to unintentionally fire into a cupboard where a bank employee was hiding. This is the reason why Rex was sentenced for an 8-year in prison for allegedly sacrificing other people's lives in order to fulfill his ego. Moreover, since he was sentenced for so long, Maddie, who had been saved by Rex, decides to break up with him since she didn't want to waste time waiting for him to be released. Back to Rex, when he regains consciousness, he notices that the psychopath is cutting off his leg. He kicks the psychopath, which makes him rush to get an anesthetic. Meanwhile, Rex attempts to use Alia's knife to cut the rope that ties his hands. When the man comes back to Rex, he immediately stabs the knife into the man's ear canal. Rex then quickly starts searching for equipment and weapons he needs to get out of there. Fortunately, he finds some of the tools that will help him in the next scene. Rex manages to get to the top floor using the golf stick he has attached to his leg. When he successfully escapes the basement, his conscience tells him to take Alia along with him. After leaving the house, Rex returns considering what his conscience has told him. When the parents return home from the hospital, they are shocked to find bloodstains in front of their home. Their children have just woken up from their sleep. They gather their children and scold them for letting Rex escape from there. They plan to leave the house because they are afraid Rex will return with the police. However, it seems that their plan will fail. It turns out that Rex has been waiting for them and kills them one by one using a nail gun. When Rex tries to shoot the mother, the nail gun bullets run out, so he kicks the mother in her head with a golf stick attached to his amputated leg. When the son witnesses the incident, he attacks Rex, but Rex quickly stabs him in the body, which kills him. Alia then murders her own mother, who just becomes unconscious. After the whole incident, they realize that they are still not free since they still have to deal with Alia's elder cannibal brother. Eventually, her brother shows up, going down the stairs in a monster-like style with his big body. He throws Rex away. Rex and the cannibal then fight each other when Rex clings on the refrigerator and sees that his right leg is inside the refrigerator. He becomes happy to know that the cannibal hasn't yet eaten his leg. He then instantly takes his right leg and puts it into the cannibal's mouth. And when it's all over, Rex takes Alia back to America, where they decide to live together. One evening, Rex and Alia are hanging out at a bar with their friends. Alia feels jealous when one of their friends seems interested in Rex. It turns out that Alia also has the same alter ego as Rex. She imagines killing that lady who made her jealous. This shows that Alia and Rex are perfect for each other as they both have the same alter ego. Meanwhile, in a different place, the youngest child from Alia's family, who has recovered from his injury, plans to take revenge for his family's killing, and the movie ends. Subscribe to watch more movie recaps like this. Thanks for watching. See you in the next plot. Goodbye.